All right. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We're doing a quick late night stream, so we're keeping it real informal here. What do you want to say?
Please like and subscribe.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, please like and subscribe. And it's bedtime, but she wanted to very much say that. So do you want to have a good night? Say good night?
Good night.
Good night.
Oh,
Okay.
why can't we stay here?
Because it's bedtime. But we're gonna
Why can't we listen to something?
okay, we'll make it a quick live stream. So I want to do a wrap up on the stock symbol we were tracking. We were so hopeful, but we closed out and it was a down about 4%. There was an unexpected crash in the underlying resource, along with a lot of other macro events, events going on in China, factories ramping back up. So a lot of events going on. So anyway, but we'll show what happened here. And just so you know, I didn't realize, but staticize is actually a real word. So those of you who are interested, that's a definition of it. We talked about that.
I'm gonna go see if it's in my dictionary.
I don't think it is. It's a computer science. It's only in this one. This is the McGraw-Hill Dictionary of Scientific and Technical Terms. It's not going to be in your dictionary.
It's not gonna be my own dictionary made from 1990.
No.
Aww.
So, okay, we have the open call options we were tracking. What we're trying to do is kind of see if we could figure out the relationship between what is going on in the options market and what's going on with the actual stock price. So all of the open interest was around 52, and one of my favorite commentators online likes to say that the options usually close with maximum pain. So we started out here at 49.55. We were super hopeful that it might go to 52, but instead it went down. Best thing to have done would have been to close out here right at the very least amount of hurt and a closure position, realizing it probably wasn't going to work out okay. Should have done a little more macro research about the underlying commodity. Had taken a massive crash. So what has happened in the meantime? The commodity has had a couple of up days following a substantial pullback. But then we went from 46.45 and it ended Friday at 45.95. So what did we do? We opened, saw a down. We're really worried. There was a massive, beautiful spike up above the original opening price. And I can't say I closed out here, but I either closed out right about here or here. And it was literally, if you ran through within, it was like a few seconds that it was here, and more likely you were on this side of it or you were on that side of it. But I was able to close out at a nice price, and then did a very, 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 very small repurchase somewhere around in here. And I want to say I was either around here or around here. What I was expecting was, if you look at the pattern, it was an up and then a down and then an up, but not an up as high as this one, and then a down, and then it made a repeating pattern. And I thought we were going for another down, but really what I should have done is I should have made a small purchase somewhere around in here, but I didn't. I ended up, it was literally right about right in here, and then all of a sudden everything turned around after I made that small purchase, and everybody else had the same idea, and then it closed. Nice spike, and then closed back down. So the underlying commodity has had some recovery. As you can see, 45.95. That is way, way, way down here from where it had been at an up right here. And the underlying company is a quality company. They have a really good balance sheet. They do not have very much debt at all. So what were we looking at? We were looking at the options and where they were closing out at. And the maximum open interest was hovered around 52, this area right in here. And where did we get our close? 45.95. And please leave in the comments if you have a price between 45 and 46 and you have options, where does it close at? So I want to say, if you look at these were all calls, so these would have required the person who was selling those options to furnish shares at that price. So what was that? Maximum pain. Maximum pain. Oh, look at that. So it closed out, and everybody who was selling, now these right here are offers to sell somebody shares at this price. So I'm almost going to say these probably closed out because you could have just bought them on the open market for the same price. So of all the places that this week's options could have closed, you'll notice the stock price settled in right around between 45 and 46 with almost no interest down here. So whoever was selling options made all the money up in here. And all of the, we're talking about thousands. Look at this. 7,000. So these are all calls. 5,000 calls, 1,600 calls, 2,000 calls, 1,200, 1,300, thousands and thousands of contracts that closed out with nothing having to be done on the part of people who were putting together the contracts. So really interesting to see how that closed out. Maybe we'll track it again next week. But as and I'll go into a little more about who some of my favorites are on YouTube. Definitely there's a channel, Real Vision, that has been doing videos forever. And they are fantastic, and they have some incredible interviews. So definitely go check out Real Vision. Another quality but much smaller channel is Maverick of Wall Street, who also puts out some incredible content. It would be really nice to see Real Vision do an interview with Maverick of Wall Street. He's really interesting and provides interesting insight. What's going on? No. My daughter's having brilliant ideas about sponsor who?
Really, you're gonna take that? You're really just gonna take that from YouTube?
No. She was just saying something about a sponsor, and no.
She sees this on YouTube and just starts.
Yes, there's a lot of watching. Well, they watch a lot of toy videos, so there's a lot of sponsorships and stuff like that. So anyway, interesting to see how that closed. Definitely in the red. It was way up there with so much hope that it could recover, and it didn't recover. No, but you were looking on the 1 month, and it looked like it had hit a trough and was making a V-shaped recovery. And it had a huge up day, and then what happened? Oh, it just fell apart. And everybody who had options, maximum pain. Okay, so it was really interesting to see how that closed out, and everybody who bought contracts, just basically they all closed worthless, which was really interesting to see. So I think we'll close it out there. We'll say goodnight. Good night. Okay. Everybody, enjoy your weekend. Thank you very much. We really enjoyed doing this. I want to say thank you. Real Vision has been putting together some incredible videos. I've done a lot of learning from Real Vision. There's also a very nice man who was interviewed on Real Vision 2 times, and I'd like to see him interviewed a 3rd time, and that is Milton Berg. Milton Berg does some incredible work predicting tops and bottoms in markets and collects data for tops and bottoms of markets. And so definitely go check out the Milton Berg interviews. You're going to learn a lot of interesting things. I learned a lot of interesting signals that I should be looking at that I had no idea I needed to be looking at. So definitely go check out Milton Berg. Milton Berg also has his own company where he tracks, I believe it's something like 30,000 different indicators in a proprietary database to analyze tops and bottoms and to try to predict when a top or bottom in the market is near, which is pretty cool stuff if you like statistics. and I was able to learn a lot of interesting things that I should be looking at. So anyway, let's wrap it up there. Everybody have a good weekend. And as Maverick of Wall Street would say, the options market closed out with maximum pain. I know. I like that term though. It's really interesting to see. And we're talking about, 15, 20,000 contracts to buy or sell stocks. And where it closed at was where almost none of those contracts would have to be fulfilled, meaning that the company who is selling those contracts did not have to go out and buy stock and honor the contract based on where the price closed out at, which is pretty interesting. And I'm going to be watching this much more carefully because yeah, well, it's good to have an understanding of how the options market affects the regular stock market.
Anyways, it's 9:30 somewhere.
Bedtime. Yep, everybody.
Somewhere else is probably morning, but it isn't for us.
Okay. Everybody have a good night. Thank you very much. Bye. We really enjoy doing this and really appreciate the customers. And I'm told to wrap it up so we can have bedtime. Everybody, have a good night and thank you very much. Let's go ahead and we'll hit escape and we will end the stream. Thank you.